a couple close games last week. Just how beneficial do you think it was to play in games like that, going down the home stretch of the season towards postseason play?
Yeah, I think games like that and even losses teach us a lot. You definitely look at the film closer, you look at the mistakes closer, and take that moving forward. So I think having those close games and even having that loss is helping us grow for our next game coming up next week and for the rest of the season going into Boise.
And then, you had a big game last time around against Montana. How excited are you to hit the floor against them again and this time get your first taste of the Brawl in Missoula?
Yeah, I'm excited. I know it's going to be a loud atmosphere, not necessarily on our side, but just staying within my teammates and our huddles and stuff and just really focusing on the goal.
How will you drown out that noise and just make sure that it doesn't affect you with the UM crowd?
I think definitely good practice was going to Idaho and having a crowd against us that was super loud. And so that definitely prepared me, and just knowing that I need to focus on my teammates, on my coaches, and what's in front of us instead of looking at the last play or any noise coming from the crowd, because in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
How has it been learning through experience in these big games? Obviously, just as a first-year player, this is your first time having this level of competition. So just how has it been to learn through this experience?
It's definitely a learning curve, something I'm not quite used to with this many people, but with the surrounding of my teammates who have experience and just know how to lift you up and keep the energy going in the right way is super helpful.
How excited are you to, I know we talked about the environment, but kind of see a couple shots fall and maybe silence that crowd in Missoula?
I'm really excited. I mean, it's so much fun to get a win at home, but it's even better sometimes to get one on the road and to show other people who aren't from here what you're capable of as a team.
How much confidence did you get early in that game? You had a great game in that first one. See a couple shots fall, and they kind of kept letting you drive to the paint. So were you kind of like, all right, if you're gonna keep letting me go, I'll keep going?
Yeah, pretty much. They gave me what I took, and so I just continued to take that until they drew on me, and then it created opportunities for my teammates, which is how we work. Everybody has their role, and when they take one away, we have another counter for that.
Idaho defended you pretty similarly in that game. Obviously, giving you the space. How did you kind of learn from that experience last week?
You just have to adjust. So necessarily not something we thought would happen, but once it happened, I was in different positions on the floor where other people can take the ball and I can be down in a low post spot or just create more finishes around the rim.
How has Coach kind of brought you guys back down to earth going into this game in Missoula, knowing what the score was of the first one, being like, this one is going to be different, we can't take it for granted?
Well, the Grizz always bring their best, and they're a three-point shooting team, so just locking into the fact that they could be on or they could be not, but we still have to do our principles and play the way we play to go out and make it the same.
Can you take us through what sort of efforts you see from Brienne when she comes into the game, and how you two kind of each approach being the point guard for this team?
Yeah, Brienne's a powerhouse. She definitely knows how to get into the paint and go up strong. And so definitely we play like a similar role, but I would say we also play different. And when she comes in the game, she's just always at attack minded, and she plays as a big guard down low, which is super beneficial for us getting those deep pull-ups and stuff.
Where do you feel you two are different?
I feel like Brienne can play around the rim more than I can, and she thrives a lot in that area, in that deep pull-up area. And so I think that's something that's a really good strength of hers. So when she gets downhill, she also has that length to just go straight over people.
Do you think that's difficult for other teams to contend with, to have to deal with two different style of point guards?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think you can say we're the same, but I also think they think we have the same principles, but at the same time, we know how to play different off the ball, if that makes sense. And so when they have to switch that up every so many minutes, I think it's definitely confusing for the other team.
First year almost under your belt, what are some areas you feel like you've grown the most so far?
I've definitely grown in my confidence and just learning the speed of the game. I think the speed of high school is way different, but once you get here, you have to adjust to the speed quicker. You can't take the whole year and by the last game know the speed. You have to learn each game and continue to get better each game. And so having the support system that I do and the team surrounding me and just push me every practice, that goes back to Coach Ben just challenging us every day, makes us better game by game.
Last year, Taylor as a freshman was known for her defense, getting all the steals. This year, you're up there in the Big Sky towards the top of the conference in steals. Have y'all talked about that, your defensive tenacity and how much fun it is to play in the front court together?
Yeah, we actually played together in the past in AAU, and so it kind of felt like familiarity coming back and getting to do it again. I mean, we kind of know how each other plays, and we both have the same mindset of defense first, so it makes it super easy to play off of each other.
As a good free throw shooter, is there anything you're taking from that to try to help you in the other parts of the shooting parts of the game? Like when it's not a free throw, like a three or a jumper during?
Yeah, I definitely, when it's not free throw, because that's definitely my highest percentage, I think a jumper is a super comfortable shot for me and something that I like to take. So when they give me that space, I'll definitely take advantage of it.
And then with Koenig playing now for UM, just what kind of challenge will that be for you guys?
That'll definitely be a challenge. It'll change their team a little bit, but I think as long as we stick to our principles and do what we know how to do, we'll be just fine.
And your road success this year you guys have had, especially the last one being able to hold on, how much are you going to take that into this one?
A lot. We're going to just look to the road, and even though the crowd's not going to be behind us, we're going to be within each other to help just push us forward.
Speaking of the road trips, this being your freshman year, is there any fun road trip stories or being on the bus or things like that you have experienced this year?
Not that I can think of. I mean, I think road trips are super fun. It's definitely hard to play on the road, but when you also get a bond and be around each other so much on the road, whether that be in the hotel or meals, I feel like you just create a lot of memories. I know that on the 6-hour bus ride home from Cheney the other day, we just sat there the whole time playing Mafia. So I don't know if you know what that is, but it was a lot of fun.
What is it?
It's like a game where one person kind of narrates, and you have like a murderer and an investigator, and you just kind of have to figure out based on everybody's personality who's what. So it's kind of fun. Yeah.
Who was the murderer?
It changes round to round.
Oh, so you played a few
it's
games.
hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bill informed me a little bit ago that Dylan is out for the season.
Mhm.
Relatively new, I just learned, or kind of recently. Can you take us through what you have seen from her just as your sister in terms of kind of receiving that news and then how you kind of handling or processing that together?
Yeah, it's definitely hard. It's a challenge. I know it's a super big challenge for her, and so I'm just here to be a support system. I'm grateful that she can hopefully get the year back and we can play together. So I think there's a bright future ahead, but also like right now in the moment, it definitely stings for her.